after watching the film from Saturday night, we played well. We played hard. We were able to do some things that you don't get to do in every game. We was able to rest some people the second half and also play a number of other people. We got a lot of experience. I think we came out of the game relatively healthy. Now it's time to move on to Grambling. Every week brings a new challenge. Our challenge is to win a game on the road. We did not do that last year. This is against an FCS opponent. Our goals are to try to make the playoffs and have an opportunity to win a conference championship. To make the playoffs, it comes down a lot of times to FCS wins, and I also look at FCS wins on the road. And this is our first FCS opponent. We've played up twice. We've played what we consider down twice. Now it's time to play a team on our level on the road, and that's the challenge this week, and we're going to put in a good week, and I'm very excited about going to Grambling and playing this game. And from there, I'll open it up. Well, right now, 3-2 is the best we can be, so that's what we want to be. I think it's very important. I think we came away from Louisiana Tech feeling that we did some good things on the road, but we didn't do enough to win a game on the road. So we want to take that next step. We have nothing but tough opponents to play on the road from here on in. And so this is going to be a great test for us to prepare us for the tough road games we're going to play inside the conference. So that's the challenge. I think that in order for us to win on the road in conference, we need to win this game. It'd give us some confidence going into those games. So this is a big week. They all are, but that's the challenges for this week, and I'm looking forward to seeing us prepare properly and go take that challenge head on.
After looking at the film Saturday night, what are some things that you need to improve on going into this week?
Well, when you win a game the way we did, you get away with some little things you don't get away with in a tight game. And we fumbled a punt right off the bat late in the game. All it would have done was maybe cost us a shutout. Michael Handy fields a punt on the 1 yard line, almost gets a safety. You know, we've been teaching, get on the 10, ball over your head, let it go. Just some little things like that you get away with, or it's kind of overlooked, I should say, when the score's lopsided. That people talk a lot about if it happens in a tight game, it costs you the ball game. So we have an opportunity to maybe learn from some of those and still win a game, not learn it the hard way when it costs you a ball game. So things like that's what I've been pointing out for this coming out of this game. It's part of coaching that you probably don't prepare for as much as you do the other end. But when you get way up, you got to work extra hard, making sure your team's mind stays focused for number one and get hurt. That's when you see some injuries sometimes. Some guys are just kind of taking plays off mentally. We didn't really do that. But that's what you look for is critical mistakes, and you've got to learn that's just part of it. We're a little older, a little more mature. I thought we finished the game well. Handy's still a young player. He only played about 2.5 games last year, so he's really a freshman still, so he's learning. We haven't had to deal with the adversity and turmoil they have, obviously, but I've been in situations where you had maybe not the same exact situation, but when you have to deal with internal turmoil, and at some point it kind of brings your team together, draws them together. At some point you turn it around and you have that game to where you come out of it and you kind of put it all together, and we got to make sure that doesn't happen this week, but it's going to happen for them. It's a matter of time, and that concerns you as a coach because you can see it coming. They're a very talented team. I don't think they've played near as close to the talent that they have, and it's a matter of time. They were a very good team 2 years ago, won the championship. They've still got a lot of those players on that team that have a championship feel to them and do things that way. So it's a matter of time before they have a breakout game on somebody, and I'm going to do everything I can to make sure it's not on us this week. I really don't. I don't think so because, like I said, they're a very talented 0-4 team, and the film kind of speaks for itself. You turn it on, you can tell they got players, and you can tell they're doing a lot of things right. They're making some mistakes, and I point to the Louisiana Tech game. Louisiana Tech made a bunch of mistakes the week before. We go play them, no turnovers, and they beat us. Saturday against Kansas State, they fumbled inside the 5 twice. Should it be not Kansas State, Kansas? So you don't know which team's going to show up a lot of times. If Grambling starts playing closer to mistake-free, they're going to be a pretty good football team. And that could happen Saturday. So, no, I don't think we'll underestimate them at all because the film doesn't lie. They're a good football team. They're a talented football team that's not playing well as a team, but you can see it's just a matter of time. They're mostly a one-back team. They'll go back and forth from 3 wides to 4 wides. They will get in a little bit of 2 backs. DJ Williams kind of makes it go. He's kind of their catalyst at quarterback. They have a good tandem of tailback. I like both their running backs. Watching them today, they have a couple of go-to guys. I have to put my glasses on so I don't mispronounce your names, but their receiving core is a good one. Chester Rogers leads their team with 21 receptions and 3 TDs, and like I said, both their running backs, 28, Justin Kelly, and also their starter, Cedric Skinner, both are very good backs. So offensively, they'll spread the ball around, and then when they see you spread out, they'll run it, and they can throw and run the football. It's very key because I've seen when he has time to throw the football, he's very accurate. No quarterbacks is accurate when people's in their face, and that concludes him. So one of the keys to the game is if we can get back there without having to bring 5 and 6 and 7, if we can do it with 4. That's something we're going to have to find out. That's one of the challenges. But we need to disrupt some routes and some timing of some throws. Well, any good running back presents a threat. I mean, it just depends on how good the people are in front of him, and a lot of times what kind of night he gets off to. Good running backs. I've been fortunate to coach some really good ones. I've been unfortunate to play against some really good ones. They seem to get in a rhythm, and they get better as the game goes on if you allow them to. The thing you try to do with a good running game is try to disrupt them early, and from a game standpoint, you'd like to get ahead in front of them and take that away from them, and make them throw the ball more than they really want to. So that's just part of football. We sure did. The field was dry as far as the rain coming down, but the field was still a little damp, the surface a little bit. But I thought we did a very good job of controlling the game with the ground game, and it opened up a lot of play action and things downfield for Caleb, especially early in the first half. But I was very pleased that we could run the ball the way we did. Well, you got to be. I think early on, we were so young up front. We were really a passing team that would pass and only run if we thought you were so spread out that you didn't have enough people up there. And then we slowly got to where I think last year we could probably run it the second part of the season better than we could throw it. Now I think we can do both. And now what you try to do is run it when you're supposed to and throw it when you're supposed to, and try to keep the other team guessing as to what you can do. But I think you got to have some form of balance, and then kind of let your talent and the game kind of dictate, and you gravitate to the area that's working the most. And you never know, sometimes the defense dictates that. They can put 8 guys up there and say, you're not running the ball today. And you got to be able to throw it and get them out of that. And some other times they're going to say, we're going to stay back and dare you to run the ball and throw it short. And you're going to have to be able to do that. So sometimes defenses dictate that. But if you can effectively, consistently run and throw the ball, you're going to be better off offensively. Very aggressive. I got good players. I got 2 DBs, especially that just catch your eye, caught my eyes. Trey Hollins and Nicholas Peoples out there. They're both big, good-looking guys that can run. They're very active. They fly around the football. I see a lot of good things. They've created some turnovers now. They've given their offensive field position, and sometimes they've had to stay on the field a little bit long. But it's almost like offensively, you can see it's there. They just haven't put it all together for 4 quarters in a game. We're not going to approach anything differently other than that if the game's tight in the 4th quarter and in critical situations like it was at Tech, we want to play better. I think we can point back to the Tech game and see a lot of things we did well. I don't know how tight it'll be, but I thought we played pretty much even with Tech to the last 6 minutes of the game. They outplayed us. For better, for worse, coaching, playing, whatever you want to say, they did more things right than we did, and so they won the game. So whether it's this week or whenever, we're going to be right back there at some point, and we got to do a better job all week coaching and preparing our players to play better in those critical situations late in the ball games. Well, I think first of all, give Coach Bradley and our coaching staff and our players a lot of credit. I mean, they all came out and did a very good job. But I think when you get that far ahead early, you get to pin your ears back a little bit more. I think some of that has to do with getting ahead. You kind of make a team one-dimensional. What I was talking about, you can take a running game away when you're more than 3 and 4 scores up a lot of times. So I think our offense has a little bit to do with that. But they did a great job of not giving up anything behind them and keeping everything in front of them. And then our front was able to just, kind of pin their ears back and go and have fun. And to me, that was the best time to play defensive line. It's when the team was one-dimensional, and you knew they were going to throw the football and you could go get the quarterback. So we had a lot of fun Saturday night.